Hello friends, I hope you are well and having a beautiful start to your day. We have a special guest this morning, and today we're going to be talking about all things home building and, you know, our experience with building our home sweet home. So we've lived in this home since December, and how many months? 3 months?
4
months. Wow, it's going by quickly. And we basically just want to share our process of building the semi-custom home and any tips and advice and just things we've learned along the way. So I have some questions that we will answer together. And just a little background, a semi-custom home, if you're like, what even is a semi-custom home? Basically, it's kind of a custom home, but you don't get to pick everything. It's a more affordable way to build a home without going fully custom. And it's definitely more kind of a better option for first-time home buyers, which this is our first home, so we were definitely like, we had a lot to learn. We did not really know what we were doing at first. It was just definitely a big adventure and big journey. So it's definitely, first and foremost, the biggest tip, do your research and kind of get as much information as you can. But let's just start out with the questions.
Let's do it.
Is that a good definition of what a semi-custom home is?
That's pretty good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing a fully custom
Yeah, fully custom, like
first
maybe
house.
One day, but
We already had so much
it
to
would be
figure out
so
beforehand.
intimidating, because with a semi-custom home, basically your home builder will walk you through every single step. They like are holding your hand through the whole journey, and you just pick your floor plan. You don't have to like
Well, no, you don't really pick the floor plan.
Well, they have a variety of floor plans you can choose from, but then
Oh, yeah, I guess.
they have like a variety of floor plans, but there's only like 10 or so.
You don't modify it. So you're
Yeah,
not
you don't
picking
modify
where
it.
a bedroom goes or where
Yeah,
the
so
staircase goes. Or
exactly, yeah. And then you get to pick most of your features though, but when you pick your features, and when I say features, I mean your door handles, your cabinets, your carpets, your floors, everything like that. You get to choose in their design center. So it's not anything you could ever choose from, it's just what they already have in your design center. Okay, let's just start out with the questions, and hopefully that'll provide more clarity. Okay, so first and most popular question is, why did you decide to build semi-custom instead of buying a house that was already built in the area you wanted to buy in? So we spent so much time on Zillow, like at least I did. I think I spent way more than he did. But I was looking all over in the area at older homes, also newer homes, and just kind of comparing the prices. And we also went to some model homes. So we spent a few weekends just going to different model homes and open houses just to kind of see what was out there and what we kind of gravitated towards. And for us, I know we both really like new, we appreciate old charm and old, you know, homes and architecture, but we love new and kind of clean, fresh spaces. I especially love how newer builds are so energy efficient, and you save so much on your electric bill, your water bill, everything. And the installation is just really great, especially in Florida. We do kind of have to think about hurricanes and weather and heat. So having a home that's super, you know, made with the best, newest quality stuff was a really appealing selling point for us, I would say. So, and another big thing for me was I definitely care about what, you know, it looks like on the inside, and I knew I wanted to kind of have this kind of floor, this kind of cabinets, this kind of tile and whatever. So for us, a lot of the homes that are already built, it didn't really match what I was looking for. So, you know, it was just a better option for us to build it from the ground up, and it wasn't even, the price comparison is very comparable, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. I guess I don't know how much it would cost to renovate stuff because we never really looked at the breakdown. But
yeah, and if you did choose to buy an older home and flip it, or, you know, buy a fixer-upper and do a lot of the work, it's great if you have time for that and you know how to do that kind of thing. But for us, we wouldn't even have time to, you know, make those big renovations. We would have to hire some kind of contractor, which would of course cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So it really depends situation by situation and house by house. But in our area, I would say buying a new construction home is super comparable to just buying a home that's already built.
Yeah, depending on where you're looking.
Yeah, and location is everything. So even a home that's 20 miles away, that's farther away from like a downtown area, is significantly less expensive than a home that is more centralized. So, you know, if you are looking for a more affordable home option, definitely try to look on the outskirts of, you know, a downtown area. Okay, next question. Do you pay the down payment at signing or when you close on the home?
Pay the down payment when you close, but then you'll probably most likely have a couple of deposits along the way.
Yeah.
So we had one when we signed, we paid a deposit, and then that
Yeah.
deposit goes towards your down payment at closing. So if you want to make a $100,000 down payment and you made a deposit of $10,000 at signing, then you pay $90,000 at closing.
Yeah. So you definitely have to have some money saved up front when you sign your contract, because basically they want to make sure you're in it and you're not just kind of, they want to make sure you're going to buy this house because you're going to be choosing all the features and kind of making a lot of the design decisions. So they want to, of course, make sure that you're the real deal and you're ready to, you're taking this seriously. So you do have to put up like thousands of dollars throughout the way. So you definitely want to make sure you're kind of budgeting and preparing for that, which we did have some questions about how to financially prepare to purchase a home. And this is a really big deal. Yeah, he loves, this is his kind of thing. He loves budgeting and finance. That's probably like the thing we get in kind of arguments on the most, is budgeting. And money is so important to kind of be on the same page. So if you are purchasing a home with a partner, you definitely want to make sure you are communicating all the time about this and you're really on the same page, because it's super important. But it's also such a great thing to kind of work on together. I remember we were dreaming of this home for so long and praying about it, and it was like our biggest financial goal ever, obviously. So it was fun to kind of work on it as a team, to put our, you know, hard work together to purchase this home, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get this specific. Okay. How to budget and financially prepare to buy or build a home, and what is a reasonable down payment? Do you want to answer that question?
Well, start saving a good bit of time before for things like we mentioned, the initial deposit, and then you'll want to save for various things. So the down payment will be the most expensive, most likely, I'd imagine, thing that you're going to be paying. And then, but you can't forget about things like closing costs, which add up to a lot of money. And then inspections, obviously things if you want to upgrade your home, like in the case of the semi-custom that we did, we spent money upgrading the homes. We didn't just take the basic.
Like around how much do you think we upgraded?
Of the base price of the home?
Yeah.
I think like 8% or
8%,
something.
yeah, which is you know, you can spend, so when you're looking at semi-custom homes and kind of new developments, basically they'll say the base price. So let's just say the base price is $300,000. So you have that, and then you go to the design center and you pick out, oh, I like these floors. Oh, I like these cabinets. And that's where they really get you, because you can spend so much more in the design center. But lots of times they'll have design incentives. Well, they'll be like, what was our design incentive? 20% off or something?
Yeah, it was 20% off up to some cap that they established.
Yeah. So ask your sales consultant about design incentives, because that's obviously fabulous and something to consider. But basically the base price is just your home. So if we just had our home with the base price, we would have tile along our whole downstairs instead of the laminate wood looking floor we have.
It was tile?
It was tile, yeah. So we wouldn't have any laminate. And then also we would have just like brown cabinets and then granite countertops. And then we would have, what else?
It would look a lot different.
It would look a lot different. Our home would look very, very, very different.
Some people may like that.
Yeah, and some people love it. It would still be beautiful, but we knew we wanted certain things. Just like laminate's really great for us because we like that a little more than tile. And you know, just a lot of different things, like the tile in our powder bathroom we upgraded. So I would say we upgraded quite a bit. and like our stairs up to the second floor, that would all be carpet, but we upgraded to laminate, which we really love. So yeah, you can definitely go kind of crazy with the upgrades, but I knew we budgeted for that because I knew there were quite a, before we even signed the contract, we made sure we had enough money to, you know, make the necessary upgrades, because if we didn't, we might have considered other options.
And we set a number ahead of time to say,
and
this is what we're spending, we're not spending more than this. So there were things that was like, oh, I'd like to have this. Okay, well, we want this more than this other thing we already selected, so we're gonna nix that and then do this instead. We weren't just like, oh, I like this. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
We were very strict on the budget. Like, we would have done more upgrades, but when we were finished with our budget, we said, okay, that's it. We'll save up, and then once we want to keep investing in our home throughout the years, we'll do it once we have the money. So that's kind of how we went about it.
Yep, and then you'll obviously want to save some money for stuff you're gonna need right when you move in. Like furniture, and if you haven't, I don't know, lived on your own before, pots, pans, and basics and stuff. So that would be easy to forget.
Budget for furniture. Budget as much as you can for furniture right when you move in, because there will be a lot of hidden things that you kind of forget about. And for us, this was our first home, so we had to budget for lawnmower, washer, dryer.
Yeah.
Because our home didn't come with a washer, dryer, or refrigerator. So just right there, it's, you know, a big chunk of money.
So find that all out as early as you can.
Make a list of all of the things you'll need for your home and put the price of each item and tally it all up, so you kind of have a ballpark of what you need to save. Because it can definitely be overwhelming. This is the most expensive thing you'll probably ever buy in your lifetime. So you want to be financially prepared, because you never want to have to worry about, you know, paying the rent or paying the mortgage or anything like that. And for us, another question was, did you use a realtor? And we did, which we would recommend. I mean, especially as first-time home buyers, we did not know what we were doing. So
yeah, and I would recommend it, just because probably you don't know a ton about it. That's why they're experts at it, and obviously get someone you can trust. And in our case, it was a family friend and who already lived in the area we were interested in, and had a very good understanding of the whole area and what the prices are and things like that. So that was super helpful. So probably makes sense if you can to get someone who knows the area super well, maybe lives there along those lines. It
was really cool that he lived in our area, because he really knew kind of insider things and was able to kind of affirm our decisions. And oftentimes we were like, oh, we just call him our dad, because it was like he was looking out for us basically throughout the whole process. Because if you do choose to build a semi-custom home, you know, they're salespeople. They want to sell you this home, and they'll kind of they'll tell you everything you want to hear. So you just want to make sure you have someone you trust who kind of knows what's real and what's kind of like them, you know, trying to convince you.
And generally the seller pays the realtor, so it doesn't cost you to get a realtor.
Yes,
when you sell your house, you pay the realtor, but when you're buying a house, the seller pays the realtor.
But I mean, honestly, for the wisdom and just the assistance, it's free for us, but like, even when you sell the home, it's so worth it. They are hardworking people, realtors. Okay, how to find the right home builder. So for us, we really only had one option in our area, because the rest are custom home builders, and we cannot afford a custom home build, because again, it's like significantly more expensive.
Yeah, we didn't really want it.
And we didn't, well, I mean, if we could,
I would not.
You would not.
There's so much to learn and do just with this. Could you imagine designing every little detail and laying out bedrooms and where you want that? No.
But you know me, I'm kind of crazy. Yeah. So there was really only one option, and we knew it was a good option because we have friends and family members who have built with this builder before, so we knew firsthand like the quality was amazing. So that was great. And my biggest thing is to look at reviews. So if there's a development or a builder you're thinking of using, look on Google reviews of people's experience and, you know, what complaints they have. And that's my biggest thing, because again, some of them can kind of try to cut corners because they're just busting out like hundreds of houses at once. So you want to make sure, and it was great for us to visit throughout the whole process. So if you are building a home kind of near to where you live now, being able to visit is great, so you can kind of make sure they're doing everything correctly. And we also hired a third-party inspector to kind of check on. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'd also say go and talk with the builder and go in their model house, go in a house that isn't their model house, but they're building. That would be interesting too. We did that in one of the other neighborhoods around here, because obviously the model house is always gonna be fabulous, but go in a house that they're building that isn't a model house. And then yes, we had a inspector, because it will be inspected by the city, the government here, but they don't do it as thoroughly as someone. Yeah, and then the builder has inspectors, but there's kind of conflicts of interest there a little bit. So we hired someone. I think it was well worth the money. And just to get the education. Yeah, and they found stuff. Our third-party inspector found stuff that they had to fix. Yeah, and if you know that ahead of time too, or who you want to use, then you could ask them, because they've likely inspected tons and tons of homes that this builder has done. So they know what to look for. Yeah, know the problems, or say, I don't know if I would use them if I were you. Because there really is so much that goes into a home, and you know, home builders use a lot of different tradesmen and everything, and so it's easy to kind of have stuff that, you know, misses the mark. So it's great to have multiple eyes on the home so you can have the best finished product. Okay, so let's just quickly go through the steps of the process. So number one, find an area you want to live in, I would say. And then number two, I would look on Zillow to see houses already built in the area and what their prices are and what they look like. And reverse, number one, save money.
Save money, true. A lot of money. Save all your money, save every penny. We were like hardcore budgeting for our first 2 years of marriage for our home. You know, we cut back on a lot of things in order to make this a reality for us. So we worked really hard. So save money. And then number two, look around in your area you want to live in. And then three, go to model homes, go on Zillow and all that stuff. Talk with people, see their experiences, visit different neighborhoods and areas and kind of see what the community's like, see if people are out and about or what the energy is around there. Number four, start contacting people. So maybe a realtor or sales consultants for, you know, new construction homes, and quotes, see what's prices, available, brochures. Get the quotes, compare everything. And then once you're ready to potentially sign with a semi-custom home builder, you would go in and pick your lot and hand over some money, and then you would go to your design appointment after you're under contract. And then we had 2 design appointments, so, and they were both pretty long. How long? 4 hours? 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. And we had those scheduled like really quickly. They wanted to get us in those design center appointments quickly, so we had one like 2 weeks after we signed, and then we had another one like a month after that, I think. And then for us, we had a long hiatus basically where nothing was happening with our home, and we weren't even sure if it was gonna, you know, finalize, because where we built our home, they are very strict and particular with the architecture, the architecture. Why can't I say that smoothly right now? But they were just very particular with everything. So they actually, when, sorry, Palmer looks so funny right now. Our dog is just, he's a bean and goof. But we, so we, where was I? Yeah, so, Palmer. Oh yeah, so they were so intense with that, and they had to go back and forth with the builder for months. But it was just a lot of miscommunication with the government, the town, the architectural committee. Mainly the builder's fault. Yeah, the builder basically, we were the first house in this town, so, you know, the builder had some, we were the guinea pigs in a sense. So that was the whole thing, but it all actually worked out. God was with this whole process, because, you know, we actually were able to get some upgrades that we didn't purchase up front, but the city made us get. So the builder had to just pay for that because the city was making this upgrade a necessity. Am I not making any sense?
You're talking a lot.
I am talking a lot. Do you have anything to say?
On to the next question.
So, I didn't even answer that though.
What? Those are the steps?
Oh, yeah.
What are you on the... Oh, we were talking about the design
How long
center.
did it take from start to finish?
So you would, well, back to the steps. So the design center, yeah, you pick out your stuff in the case of the semi-custom.
Yeah.
Like that. And then they'll put up the blocking and then the plumbing and the framing and then electrical, and then you'll probably have a meeting before they put up the drywall to see all the stuff behind the walls and see how things look at that point.
And take pictures when you go to your meetings at your house.
And you'll have you could schedule your third-party inspection at that point, and then they'll do the drywall. So everything will get covered, all the walls, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
And then kind of the countertops, cabinets, flooring, and paint, and all the finishing touches, and then...
What did they call them? Home walkthrough? Builder walkthroughs? Or
something like that.
Something like that. So they can just show you the progress and kind of where everything is before they put the drywall on, so that you kind of know what's behind the walls, which is great, especially when you're like those shelves and stuff we put back there. It was great to know where the beams are so you can kind of securely hang stuff up. So we took a lot of pictures. That's a good little tip. But yeah, and then you have your final walkthrough, and then you have your closing day, and then the home's yours. So yeah, that's pretty much the process. And how long did it take from start to finish? So for us, it took 11 months. 11 months to the day, actually.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so next question is, what upgrades did you do? Which we kind of mentioned like a bit of our upgrades. What would you say your favorite upgrade or feature is in our home?
I mean, I like the flooring a lot.
Yeah, I like our floors too. These floors are great because they're so kind of textured, so you really can't tell when they're dirty or if they're scratched or anything.
And it looks good with the white, I think.
Yeah. One of my favorite features too are the lights under the cabinets. That was kind of one that seemed unnecessarily expensive when we were in the design center, but I'm glad we went with that because, I mean, I love it for the kitchen, and we turn those lights on kind of at nighttime too, and it's just kind of cozy. So I like that one a lot.
Yeah, you kind of gotta think too with the design center things that maybe seem expensive, but you know it would be difficult to do after the fact. Like if you have to put in electrical wiring and stuff and go behind drywall and all this kind of crazy stuff instead of just like the faucet that was easy to replace. So we know we didn't want to upgrade that, so we just replaced it ourselves. There's going to be things that are going to make a lot more sense to do with them just because they're already can do it before the drywall goes up and things like that. That would require you kind of destroying your home a little bit in order to do later. So you have to think about that a little bit. Yeah,
like I would definitely recommend choosing the floors you really like because that's not an easy upgrade. And also any kind of plumbing and electrical or tile stuff, definitely choose what you like for that because you'd have to do a whole demo after you already live in your home. Next question, do we agree on the style and kind of interior design?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's pretty much whatever you want.
He's very easygoing. I would say you're kind of like minimalist though. Like you love kind of clean and simple. Like if this were just his home without me, he would probably just have a lot more simplicity. Don't you think?
My furniture from college.
He'd have his furniture. Yeah.
Or from my first apartment, I guess. I didn't have furniture at college. That was mine.
You didn't have furniture at all?
That was mine.
Yeah.
The first apartment I did. Okay.
Next question, were lots more expensive? So what they mean by that is like in our area were different pieces of land more expensive, and yes. Even ours was quite expensive just because the location. Again, location is everything. That'll really play the biggest part in the price of your home. Because I mean, even just down the street can be 6 figures more expensive. So yeah, it definitely depends, and even across the street it's more expensive, so they'll price your lot depending on the amenities surrounding it. Okay, last question. It's kind of 2 questions. It's, would you do it again, and is there anything you would change? I would definitely do it again. I have 0 regrets in the process. Like, Wait, you wouldn't?
I mean, yeah, not anytime soon.
Oh, not anytime soon. Yes, no. Like, would you do this again though? Like,
Still
would
recovering.
you choose? He's recovering. No, it's been a lot of work. Like, even just owning a home is a lot of work.
Yeah.
We never wanna.
And just moving.
And moving, yeah, moving. We were very naive with the moving process. At least I was. I forgot how much work moving is, so.
No, but I would do it again.
Yeah, we would do it again, but we're definitely wanting to settle in here more and spend a lot of time here, but we're definitely, I mean, I'm very thankful we chose to go this route, and we love our area, we love our home,
Worked out great.
Yeah, we're super, super thankful. And okay, so this is a two-part question, but is there anything you would change? I would say no. If anything, I would do a little more things in the design center just because there are things that we're able to do. For instance, in our bathrooms, we chose not to add any hardware to the cabinets because we're like, oh, we'll just do that after we move in. But here we are 4 months later, like we still haven't done it, where that's kind of something I would love because, you know, in our master bathroom, like I'm doing my makeup and I'm touching the cabinets, like it'd be nice to have handles. But we're gonna do that someday, but just like the price of what it would be in the design center, I feel like probably would be worth it, you know?
Maybe. I don't know what
that's like a little thing.
Costs, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it. It's just
yeah, he's gonna do it. It's gonna be great, but you just
time.
Yeah, it all takes time, but it's a fun little adventure to have different projects on the weekends.
Yeah.
We've been enjoying that a lot.
I've learned a lot, which is
yeah,
fun, really.
yeah. We're just trying to be Chip and Joanna over here. Not really. But thank you guys so much for watching and all your questions. Good luck on your home buying or building journey. And we love you and cannot wait to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.